What's poppin', Virgo? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you a Silent Enemies reading for 2021, January, to kick it off, okay? Hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. You know, we're all in a time of healing right now. A lot of people ended a lot of karmic connections, and now we're just trying to, recoup. With this Silent Enemies reading, this one is kind of special because of the fact that because of the karmic cycles we've ended, we may have people, those karmic energies trying to come back. And it's very important that you pay attention to the intuitive nudges you get to confirm if these people should stay cut off or if they deserve an opportunity to apologize and make things right. Now, your intuitive nudges should never be ignored. They should be investigated and then, confirm if it's a false alarm. A false alarm would be, maybe your friends acting really weird, but the end result is they were trying to plan you a surprise birthday party, right? Or it could be the opposite end, worst case scenario. You have people around you who just are not happy for you. They're jealous and envious of you, and they may want to see you not benefit. Okay, this is why you have to investigate, and then you can decide what you're going to do with that intuitive nudge, but never ignore it. It's very important that you listen to it, okay? A silent enemy could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a lover. It could be a coworker, colleague. It could be your landlord, your tenant, your kid's teacher, somebody that you deal with on a regular basis who's in your energy, and you just get a funny vibe about them, okay? So let's see. Let's get 3 cards for Virgo. I'm going to talk to you about these cards, see what I get intuitively, and then what we'll do is we'll take it a step further and we'll clarify some of these. We'll clarify the information in the extended to see what other messages Spirit has for you in reference to what you need to look out for. All right, so I need 2 more for Virgo, please. What does Virgo need to know in reference to the Silent Enemy reading? What messages does Virgo need to know? All right, Virgo. So we got our 3. All right, my dears. Let's see what we got. So we got the 6 of Cups, or 6 of emotion. Okay, that's Scorpio energy. We have the 6 of materials, which is the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, Taurus energy. So Scorpio, Taurus, and then we have the Queen of Emotions. She came out in reverse on you, okay? So this is Queen of Cups, so this is Cancerian energy. No major arcana here, okay? So, these are not going to be major, these intuitive nudges are not going to have a result of a major change in your life, or a permanent change, but it still affects you nonetheless. So with the 6 of emotions here, I feel like this is an energy of grief. I just had to exhale because I feel very sad. I feel like some of you could be very depressed. And this could be showing up in the Silent Enemies reading because this could be you who's depressed. It could be because of the fact that you have to step away from a connection that, because it's a 6, it was karmic in nature. 6 of Cups. All right. It could be a family member. It could be a lover. Okay. But I feel as though for some of you, it's somebody you have children with. Or it could be a parent, somebody that you are a child of. Okay, or if you are an adult and you have an adult child, it could be about that. Okay, so some of you could be dealing with that type of energy. But nonetheless, this is somebody that you are grieving the loss of the connection, the emotional connection, the emotional attachment. Because you have to let this go is what I'm feeling here. It's showing up as a Silent Enemies reading because you need to let go of this connection. This is a past life connection. So it was very intense in nature. It was here to teach you a lesson because it is number 6, which is all about karma. Okay, so this was a past life lover. So this was a very difficult situation, but I feel really tired and drained. I feel like There could have been some immaturity here, okay, on either part, you or your person, which is why maybe this situation had to come to an end. There could have been like a childlike innocence involved with the connection. You could have known this person since you guys were children, you know, if this is a lover. But if this is a family member, of course, you know, this is someone you grew up with. If you are a parent and this is, you know, you dealing with a situation where your adult child is a karmic partner to you, you know, you're just reminiscing about the child when they were young. But I feel like it's showing up as a silent enemy because, unfortunately, as painful as it is, this is a karmic connection that needs to come to a close. And you have not closed it. That's why it's showing up here. For a lot of you, this is a lover that you've been dealing with for far too long. I've been doing your readings. I know what time it is. Some of you, it could be your children. Something's going on with your child or your children where there's a karmic partnership with them and you guys are just off right now and you just may need to separate until cooler heads prevail, or maybe some time needs to go by before you two can try to rekindle the connection. With karmic relationships, especially when it's family, just karmic relationships in general, once the connection is done or once the lessons are done, the connection usually falls apart. And it's really unfortunate because here in the 3D realm, we're trained that this is your family, this is your tribe, this is who you're supposed to rock with regardless. But universal law has a whole different setup. Universal law is universal law says you can call this person whatever you want on a 3D plane. You know, but this person is sent in your life to teach you a lesson. And once the lesson is learned, the connection will fall apart. The universe does not care that this person is your mother. The universe does not care that this person is your child. The universe does not care that you've been in a connection with this person since 12th grade. The universe is simply doing what it's supposed to do, and it works in your favor. Whether you accept it, acknowledge it, reject it, understand it, dislike it, or not. So this is what we're dealing with here with the 6 of emotion. We have another 6. Okay, so 6s talk to me about karmic energy. So we have a 6 of materials. This is about give and take. I feel like you are being too giving. You have been giving too much. I feel like you've been taking care of people. And this is a karmic lesson you have to learn, Virgo. Okay, because Virgo, you are the helper of the zodiac. You are the service-oriented one of the zodiac. You're here to serve people, just like Aquarius is, but it's on a different level. Yours is more so on a work level, where it's all about work. It's all about discipline. It's also about the workplace environment. And I feel like what you're doing is, if it's at a work environment, you are doing too goddamn much and you're not getting paid. It's not balanced. What you want is balanced. This is why it's showing up in the silent enemies reading. And 9 times out of 10, wherever you have Virgo, I mean, this could even be somebody who has Saturn and Virgo. People who have Saturn and Virgo, they're too giving. They conform a little bit too much. You know, they're always doing for others. And it's like, okay, well, where's that balance? And the universe is saying that you need to create that balance, because if you don't, then you're just going to be taken advantage of continually, and you're going to find yourself constantly unhappy. Yet, you know, you're going to feel that desire and drive to do for others. So especially if you have Saturn and Virgo, this is a lesson to you about doing too much. Pentacles don't only represent money, they represent the physical energy and effort you're putting into a situation. I feel like you're doing too much for too many people. You need to create balance in your life. Who's doing something for you? Who's doing for you? I feel like a lot of you are giving out too much money. You know, it's okay to be able to take care of people and to be in a position where you have money to take care of, say, your family. But if you're just giving and giving and giving and you're not, you know, there's no stipulation behind it. It's just, hey, can I get a couple dollars and you just give it? Hey, can I get about $500 and you just give it? It's like you're not, I mean, after a certain amount, you should be asking, hey, what's up with this? Why do you need this money? I mean, you have a right to ask that because they're asking you. You know, you may not have a right to tell them what to do with their life and all of that type of stuff just because you're giving them money, but you do have a right to ask. It's like, damn, you need $500. What you need 500 for? What do you need? You know, what do you need that for? But I feel like none of you're not doing that, or someone's just giving you some bullshit excuse as to what they need it for, and you just like, okay, because I got it and I'm able to do it, I'll do it for you because I love you. So this could be family members who are taking advantage of you, your children. Okay, you need to be careful what you're giving your. How can I tell a parent to be careful how much they're giving to their children and what they're giving to your children? I feel like for some of you, especially Saturn in Virgo, your lesson is for you to pump the brakes on how much you give and what you give, especially to family. You have this problem in the workplace as well. You're always doing way more than what is required. And it's because you have this work ethic, this insane work ethic. But the thing is that a lot of people don't. So a lot of people don't appreciate the things you appreciate. For example, I was having a conversation with my mom. And she's telling me, about what's going on at her job. And she was like, yeah, just me out of habit, I always get to work about 10, 15 minutes early. And I'm like, okay, I get that, Mom. I'm Capricorn moon. I get that, But at the same time, do that for you. Don't do it because you're trying to impress the employer, because the employer don't give a shit. The employer don't give a shit if you got to be to work at 8. The employer is not going to look at you no differently because you're there at 7:45 versus somebody who gets there at 8 o'clock. If y'all both are doing your job and you both do the same, they're not going to care. That type of shit doesn't matter. So if you're doing it, do it for yourself. Don't do it to impress them, because it don't matter. Your pay rate is not going to change because you're there 15 minutes early. 9 times out of 10, the boss you're doing it for don't even have a say in the amount of money you get anyway. That's just your immediate supervisor that you report to. They don't have no say in the money you get. And if you're working for an organization, they say, okay, everybody can get 2.5% raise increase. It don't matter because you're there 15 minutes early and this person comes in at 8:01 every day. You both going to get 2.5% raise increase. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that you need to look at when you're at the job, like the things that you're doing. Like you may be looking at that like, okay, because you take pride in your work, you have ethics and morals in reference to your work ethic, your discipline and things like that. But again, if you're doing it to impress your employers, it's not going to benefit you, and do it because that's the type of person you are and that's what's important to you. Okay, so keep that in mind too. We have the Queen of Emotions in reverse here. This is Cancerian energy. You could be coming off as emotionally unstable. You could have people around you who are emotionally unstable. If it's not you coming off as emotionally unstable, you can have people around you who are emotionally unstable. With the Queen energy, it represents emotions, feelings, creativity, intuition. So it represents what's going on internally. So internally, either someone in your energy is emotionally unstable. Okay? Or this is you. Your emotions are all over the place. And Virgo, we know you do not need your emotions all over the place, because you guys, when you stress, it affects you physically a lot quicker than it will any other sign. So you guys have to be very careful what you expend energy into. This is why it's important not to overwork yourself or overstress yourself because of others. You got to take care of you first. So I feel like for some of you, you could be, there could be emotionally unstable person in your life that you're dealing with, and you need to be careful of them. That's why they're showing up in the silent enemies reading. It's like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if this person is just very needy, or if this person is 1 minute they're feeling one way, the next minute they're not. With Cancerian energy, that's the moon energy. The moon changes phases every 2.5 days. So shout out to my Cancers. Unfortunately, a lot of them, their energy changes every 2.5 days. Their emotions and feelings change every 2.5 days. Whatever moon phase is going on, that's why they are cardinal water, because they initiate change every 2.5 days. So when, so it's easy for, that energy, that type of energy to be imbalanced because it changes so often and so quickly. Once you get in your bearings, boom, here comes another change of the moon 2.5 days later. So it can be a little rough, so I give my Cancerians, a shout out on that, don't be so harsh on them. This is if you're dealing with a Cancerian, okay? But you could be dealing with a Cancerian. If you're dealing with a Cancerian, this Cancerian could be off. And it could be because of alcohol, drugs, because we know the queen of emotions, that's cups, right? So cups can deal with alcohol addiction, things like that, things that are throwing you off emotionally. So, intoxicants can do that. Drugs can do that. So you could be dealing with someone who has drug addictions. Okay, this person could drink. They could pop pills. Okay, because we got cups here. We got, any type of drug. Okay, any type of intoxicant, which is throwing this person off. And so this person is very hard to deal with. They're unstable emotionally. This could also be somebody who has zero emotion, very little emotion. Okay, this could be somebody who could be, cancers. You got to be careful with cancer, because the emotional roller coaster that they go on every 2.5 days could put them in a position where they don't give too much about shit. Okay, and they don't give too much about what's going on with you. That's if you have a lower vibrating Cancerian around you. But if this is not someone around you, this is you. Your emotions are off. You're off balance for some reason. It could be because you could be drinking or smoking or taking in some type of form of escapism because of what you're dealing with. So some of you could be drinking too much. All right. Trying to deal with your emotions. So you do need to be careful with that. All right. So that's what I got for you, Virgo. So, if this resonated, let me know in the comments. I love you guys. Make sure you hit that like button if it resonates. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post. If this does not resonate, don't worry. You are not just Virgo, excuse me. You're not just Virgo. You have other placements in your chart. So it's very important that you understand what's going on with you in a totality of things by looking at all of your placements. Okay? I post for them weekly, so just make sure you hit that subscription button and then hit the notification bell. That way you'll be able to see when I post for the placements you like to watch for. So without further ado, I'm headed over to the extended. Feel free to join. The links in the box below. If not, I'll check you in the next reading, Virgo. Peace out.